Hello and welcome to the Really Big Podcast with myself, Seb Gran, and...
myself, Oliver Johnson, apparently.
And myself, Sam Congrave.
What's all this myself rubbish? Let's just go back to me.
You started it.
I know. Well, I've decided that we should do something a little different because we usually do odd news.
Oh, you've decided, have you?
We had a meeting about this, but...
I know.
I mean, you know, the thing about odd news is, it's so odd, but you seem to, just take it at face value.
Well,
You never question me about it.
you've never given me any reason to think you're a liar.
But I'll tell you something like, I don't know, a pig scrotum has sold for £6,000 on eBay, and like, oh yeah, it has, hasn't it? You never say, wait, who would buy this? Why would they do this?
Well, it's the world and the human race, you know.
We live in a strange world, but it's not that strange.
I don't know.
I mean, come on, you've got to use your mind a bit, for once.
I use my mind plenty.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to use your mind because I've came up with this new thing. It's called Seb, You're Talking Bollocks.
Seb, you're talking bollocks!
Yes, Seb, You're Talking Bollocks. I'm going to give you 10 odd news headlines. 5 of them are real, and 5 of them are fake. And if you suspect one of being fake, just shout, Seb, You're Talking Bollocks!
Okay.
And I'll tell you at the end whether I was talking bollocks or not. Vince Cable has admitted to being bisexual.
Seb, you're talking bollocks.
Seb, you're being honest.
Well, we'll see. The Vatican has opened up an office above a gay sauna.
Seb, you're talking bollocks.
Maybe. A video of a cat eating Cocoa Pops has gone viral on YouTube.
I can believe that.
Yeah, I can believe
Right,
it.
fair enough.
I suppose.
A couple put razor blades in their donuts and ate them to try and claim compensation.
Seb, you're talking bollocks.
Okay. Remember, only 5 of these are bollocks. A man in Glasgow has been arrested for counterfeiting tampons.
I can believe that.
Seb, you're talking bollocks.
Ollie, you think I'm talking bollocks? Okay, we'll see. An 8-year-old boy has married a 60-year-old woman.
Seb, you're talking bollocks.
I can believe that.
Like how Ollie always thinks I'm talking bollocks. Right. Prince Charles is learning to speak Arabic. No one thinks I'm talking bollocks.
I don't know.
It's...
It sounds like you might be, but no, I'll say that's probably true.
Okay. Billy Joel has been accused by a Brazilian songwriter of plagiarism.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
Right. Amsterdam's 2 oldest prostitutes have retired at the age of 60.
Yeah,
I believe that.
that seems feasible enough.
A zoo has made pornography for rare dolphins.
Seb, you're talking bollocks.
Maybe I am. Let's find out. Right. Which ones do you guys think are bollocks in particular?
I think the porno for animals is definitely bollocks.
Well, sort of. It is bollocks, but they have done it for pandas.
That's just wrong. Oh yeah, take those black bits off your eyes. Now you look like a regular bear.
I think the couple putting razor blades in donuts in an attempt to get compensation, that was a tough call for me, because it's stupid and you wouldn't think people would do it, but at the same time, it's exactly the kind of thing that some stupid arseholes might try.
Sam, do you think I'm talking bollocks about that one?
Yes.
Okay, actually, that really happened.
Bullshit. What?
Okay, I'll go through the list, actually. Vince Cable, do you think that one's bollocks?
I said bollocks, but upon hindsight, I think it might be true, but I'm going to stick
Sam,
with
do you
I
think...
said it's bollocks.
I'm going to stick
Yes,
with bollocks.
it is bollocks. Vince Cable hasn't admitted to being bisexual.
Yeah, well, isn't he quite old by now?
You think that old people can't be bisexual?
No, I'm not saying
What do you think he's like, oh, I'm getting too old for this shit?
No, I'm thinking... If he's quite old by now, if he were, wouldn't it have come out like before now, is what I meant.
No pun intended.
Is that even a pun?
Yeah. Coming out.
What do you think of the Vatican one?
I think that's
said,
bollocks.
Yeah, I said bollocks, but again, I'm very indecisive this week.
It's true. They have opened up an office above a gay sauna. Alright, what do you think about the cat eating Cocoa Pops on YouTube?
I can believe it.
It's bollocks, I made it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's quite a feasible viral video thing,
Yeah.
really.
Oh, what else haven't we got?
Brava.
What do you think of the man in Glasgow who's been arrested for counterfeiting tampons?
Bollocks.
I can believe that.
It's bollocks.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's see. The 8-year-old boy. That one's real. I don't know if I've said that. What do you think of the Prince Charles one? Bollocks.
I'm going to say real, actually.
I'm gonna say real.
It's real, yeah. What do you think of the Billy Joel one being accused of plagiarism?
I said
bollocks.
I believed it. But
Do you still believe it, Ollie?
yeah.
Well, you're wrong. It's bollocks. The one about the prostitutes is true.
Thought it would be. It's Amsterdam.
Yeah, so we've done them all. Not necessarily in the right order. We'll have
We
sort
didn't
that
do the
out.
prostitutes either.
And I think we might have broken a world record. I think we might have broken a world record for how many times we said bollocks in one episode. Whoa.
It's not really a widely used word anymore, is it?
I think that we've single-handedly rejuvenated odd news with this. You know, you can decide whether I'm talking bollocks now or...
Yeah.
Okay, so now you know not to trust me anymore.
We knew that anyway.
Yeah, we did sort of. Oh god, the things we talk about. Sam, do you remember that conversation we're having over the phone the other day? I think we got on to talking about
Oh, yeah.
hair.
Yeah, it was hair, and it's basically just how, you know, there's some areas on the body where it's just annoying and unnecessary, and then there's the parts of the body, you know, and then just wondering if there's any parts where hair on your body doesn't grow, and, you know, all that, you know, if it would be useful there.
Do we really need hair in the nether regions? What use does
It doesn't
do?
really have anything. I mean, if anything, you know, truth be told, I shave several areas of my body, my lower area being one of them, for many reasons, mainly for hygiene, because it just does nothing but causes you to sweat more.
It just gets in the way, doesn't it?
It does, especially when you go to the toilet.
It's like draft excluders. What's the point? You know when you're trying to put your hand through a letterbox.
Well, it's because the elderly are always complaining something's cold. If the door doesn't have one of those little carpet things underneath, they're like, "Oh, you're letting the heat out."
It's just really difficult putting your hand through one of those doors.
It
like
is.
Tough draft excluder just fucks up your hand and cuts it open. And
Yeah.
what's wrong with these people?
Those things always sort of reminded me of a car wash. Like, in a way.
Well, I did wonder why letters were always white.
Well, no,
brown.
it's just, you know, the feel of the draft excluders.
That's the point. You only ever
That's
see.
how I imagine.
By the way, we are still talking about real draft excluders, not using as a euphemism for,
Yeah.
bum fluff.
The feel of draft
Ew.
excluders kind of reminded me of how I thought the, like, spinny, scrubby things
I
in
know.
the car washes would feel.
I always wanted to feel them as well.
Yeah, well, I did too, but my dad sort of told me that my
Yeah.
hands would be cut open if I stuck it out of the window.
That's a graphic image. What is wrong with your dad?
No, there's nothing wrong with my dad. He's,
I've never met your dad, and I love him. The thing is,
Sam's met my dad.
Always funny as hell.
I have an image of him in my head and where he lives. Right, I picture that he himself looks either a bit like Simon Pegg or a bit like John Sims.
He looks like neither of those. In fact, if anything, he looks like if Peter Kay were a bit older. He actually met Peter Kay once, yeah? He was in a restaurant, he ran into him. He sent me a picture of him with Peter Kay with the caption, "That is a picture of a comedy genius and Peter Kay."
I assume that he sent the text.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to try and picture your dad's house in my head.
By all means.
Your dad lives in Manchester, right?
Yeah.
I'm picturing he lives in a penthouse suite. Fairly good, it's got a bit of a mini bar, as in a bar where you can serve drinks.
Yeah.
And, let's see, big window, panoramic view of Greater Manchester. The hills of the Pennine in the background. Quite clean, big screen TV. but just a penthouse, in a very tall building.
Well,
Am I right?
Not really. He lives in, his own house, obviously. He does have a very big screen TV, but that's probably the only thing you got right.
What's the norm these days? So he doesn't live in a penthouse suite in a tall building?
No, he doesn't live in a penthouse suite in a tall building, although he probably could if he wanted to.
That's the image in my mind, though. But does he have a minibar? Some sort of bar where...
Well, I don't think he has a minibar. I think he has one of those things... Like, one of them holders that, the upside-down wine bottle...
Sounds like some sort of
thing.
eccentric art piece.
No. It's one of those containers where you put the upside-down bottle in and it sort of pours drinks without the effort. I really don't see the point in them myself, but...
Oh, I see what you... Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but...
Anyway, Sam, how's your week?
Although I did hear that somewhere that they found out they might have found a cure for HIV, which they've tested on a baby.
Yeah. No, I told this to Ollie because me and Ollie were in a pub about a week ago, and I saw they had a BBC News on, probably for football, but it just
that's what pubs really have it for. It's just for football.
Well, apparently, a baby was born with it, and they managed to medicate it as soon as it was born to get rid of it.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I think that's the gist of it. Yeah,
it really is because HIV is horrible.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have many fans.
Well, the thing is, the only way you can really get it now is if you're not careful.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or if your parents are irresponsible.
Yeah.
Very irresponsible. Cause
Ollie's not careful, and his parents are irresponsible. How's he got on?
Well, you know what I mean. Irresponsible in the wrong way.
Well, you could be irresponsible in the right way. Like, you left your kids in the house for 6 days without food. That's just a bit of like...
Yeah, but leaving him inside the house is living with HIV.
I think there is such a thing as harmless irresponsibility.
Yes,
like,
there
sort
is.
of like the Home Alone parents. Sort of
well,
thing.
Well, actually, that was very harmful. It's just amazing how resilient those burglars were. Because, quite frankly, other burglars would have been, trying to sue for damages.
Yeah, well, couldn't they have done that actually in Home Alone 1? Couldn't the burglars have technically sued the McAllister family for injuries sustained on their property?
They should be dead. They were electrocuted. They had bricks thrown at them from a 10-foot height.
They were burnt.
Yeah, they were
had
burnt.
Nails go through them. They had things get stuck in their faces. They tripped over things and pretty much could have broken their necks.
Why wouldn't anybody?
Are these people the next evolution of humans?
Oh, and they've been bonked on the head enough times to get a serious, severe concussion.
I know. How are they still alive? That's brilliant, isn't it? Anyway, let's continue the cutting edge. Level of discussion we've got. Do you know what I want to get rid of?
What do you want to get rid of?
Soya milk.
Oh my god,
agreed.
I know exactly what you mean. It's disgusting, isn't it?
The thing is, I thought it was good, because you always hear people raving on about soya milk this, soya milk that. It's healthy for you, it's good. I just poured a whole glassful, thinking, well, it can't be bad, can it? It's sort of yogurty. I took one mouthful, and I thought the world was going to end.
Oh my lord.
I wanted it to end. I didn't see how life...
I hate soya. I hate anything really that's considered, one of those things that's specifically for healthy, marketed just for healthy people, because they're always like, well, it tastes like crap.
But smoothies are good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm drinking a coffee right now, and I don't have any... If I put soya in it, I guarantee you it would taste like crap, and it would ruin everything else. Regardless of what you put in there, it would taste like crap.
I think that soya milk could learn a lot from smoothies. But this was... Guess what flavour soya milk it was? It was flavoured soya milk.
Oh, God. I hate it when they try that, like when they made chocolate-flavoured carrots years ago, and it...
What? What's this?
Oh, you didn't know about that? Right. A while ago, years ago... This must have been when you guys were really, really, really young. I think Farm Foods and all these other places, they were trying to get kids to eat healthy.
I vaguely
so what they did was
it.
they'd have these things like carrots and things, and what they'd do is you'd have like this brine or something that you'd put in with it to try and flavour the carrots or something. But the thing is, it didn't work.
Brine.
I don't know what it was. I don't know how to describe it. It came
Salt.
out. It was kind of like like when you make gravy.
Right. By the way, gravy may be brown, but it's not made of chocolate.
But you pour that in with the carrots and and you cook them with that, and it was supposed to absorb the flavour of that and make the carrots taste like chocolate.
Oh,
what it did did it with broccoli, they did it with all these other foods kids don't like, and the end result was that all you got was basically a pan that smelt of chocolate, but the carrots that smelt and tasted exactly like carrots. It didn't work.
I vaguely remember it being talked about on GMTV, but I had an image in my head of a carrot, with a full chocolate coating.
That sort of reminds me of times like when I was a kid with my little brother. It's the same sort of similar trying to trick the child into doing what you want him to, as when my mum would say to me and my brother, "Why don't you two have a race to see who can tidy their room faster?"
Oh, that's just really...
We didn't fall for that. Those kids aren't going to fall for that.
We'll just call it a draw, straight off.
Yeah.
We'll work at our own pace.
Yeah. But,
I'd rather have a race to see who can get it done last.
Kids aren't that stupid. Kids are actually quite clever. It's teenagers that are stupid.
Well, the kids are actually smarter now than they were years ago, because they pretty much now, due to the way things are, they know when things won't. They know when things don't, are being made to trick them, so they won't fall for it, or they'll try and negotiate.
Oh yeah, you were saying it was flavoured soy.
Yeah, what? You didn't tell us actually what flavour it was.
It was, get this, almond flavoured.
Yeah.
It was like drinking wood. That's the only way I can describe it.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
No,
I
don't mean it was a euphemism.
I mean literally liquid wood. I mean, how would that even work?
But that's the closest thing. I thought, well, I like almonds, they taste good. I like milk.
This doesn't taste like almonds at all. I don't know what that was meant to be an impression of.
Yeah, that was actually kind of horrible.
No, I mean... I hope no one else falls into the trap.
I hate diet food or anything that's supposed to be for lactose intolerant people, because the whole point of milk is it does taste quite nice. I mean, can you imagine trying to make...
You do not stand for intolerance.
Well, no, here's the thing. My thought is, how you get milk and you make Crusher using milk?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of what it'd be like to make Crusher with soya milk?
Oh! I'd just slit my throat straight off and...
So you throw it, the cow would be upset more than anything else.
We've got a guest of the week. Professor Lyric has gone on another holiday.
That man just
Where's he gone this time?
I think Smolensk.
Smolensk?
Smolensk.
Where's that?
It's in Russia.
Ah.
Well, it's a big place.
Yeah. Anyway, we have got a guest on. We've got a guest.
Who we got this week?
We've got all four.
Oh, brilliant! So, have we sorted out the police from the last time?
The police?
Well, his advice didn't it cause enough problems last time?
And the incident with the electric fire.
Ugh.
Yeah, this guy, if you haven't seen the last episode, he's a force of nature, that's the only way to describe him.
And has a fan base, surprisingly.
I know, I mean, he's the only hairy guy to have fans since the 60s.
Well, it's amazing. Look where he's gone in just a week. I mean, at first he was just frozen in a block of ice, then, a lyricologist found him, unfroze him with a hairdryer, which scientifically shouldn't work, and now look at him. He's now, a sensation.
Yes, take it away, all four.
Hello again, young warriors. Welcome to my little advice hut. So sit down and let me answer your concerns. My first question is from a young man who wishes not to be mentioned. Methinks this one's afraid. He says, Dear Ulthor, I'm a 10-year-old boy, and I try to be nice to everyone, but this one other student attacks me every day and steals my lunch. I try to ask them to stop, but this person's bigger and stronger than me. Please help me. Also, this person's a girl in a higher class group than me. A girl's beating you because of her size? In our culture, Thor defeated many creatures bigger than him. You must be strong, dear boy, and forge a weapon like an axe or a sword. Failing that, make a hammer, or find a big rock. Then if this girl approaches you again, declare that you will not surrender, thrust your head into her nose at full strength, then bludgeon her with a rock and scream, "Wench, thou hast been defeated!" Then stand on her body posing like a true warrior. I hope this helps you, young boy. My next question comes from a wench seeking power, it seems. Dear Ulthor, my mother told me to be strong after I became 13, but I'm afraid of thunderstorms. I can't stop crying when a storm rises. Please help me. When I was but a young lad, my mother and father simply told young Ulthor that the thunder was controlled by Thor, and Thor is a great god. You simply accept the thunder god as your ally, and that Thor is making thunder to crush his enemies. Or that coffee shop that served really poor coffee. If there's one thing we all hate, Vikings hate crappy coffee. My final question is thus. Dear Ulthor, I run a company, but no one takes me seriously. I know your culture was comprised of powerful leaders. How should I show that I'm the man in charge? I'm sick of that snooty bastard in human resources making fun of me. You're in power, and you have no respect from your allies? You pathetic little pissworm! You need to look tougher. First, train your body. Learn to make your voice stronger. So strong that your words make piss turn blue. Next, get a wound like a scar on your forehead or hand, or carry a large weapon. Next, if anyone makes a snide comment during your speeches, learn to throw objects with deadly accuracy. While they're reeling from that, bring them forward and throw them into a heavy object, or out of a window. This will show your authority, and show them that you're a powerful leader. I was Ulthor Longbeard. Sail safe!
Well,
Oh.
Thank you, Ulthor.
yeah. I hope we don't get any more complaints from the teachers' union.
Well, what are they going to do? The
They're-
last teacher who complained to him got an axe through their chest.
Yeah, that's what I was.
All
afraid
she
of.
did was ask him to shave his beard. She didn't even have a problem with his content.
Well, that was another action-packed week, and we've had some cutting-edge talk. You know, we've talked about Soya Milk, for God's sake. You know, how topical's that? What's wrong with that Pope? You know, what's up with him? What's up with the NHS?
He's
Very topical.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though we've never mentioned those last few things.
Well, no, but yeah. Well, we've had a week, and we're going to see you next week.
Very well.
So, from us, from a really big podcast.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
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 So
How
press,
do you think it went?
so press stop.
Yeah.